Hey everyone, welcome back to another Anime Kingdom review. See by the title below, yes, this is on episode 10 of SukaSuka, and sorry that this is late if you didn't know. I've been pretty much behind on a lot of my videos, so I had a lot of things to do, but finally I am at least getting caught up with this week. That is why finally this episode review is coming out. But yeah, that's pretty much the reason why it's, this is like several days late already. But yeah, let's get on to the review. How did I feel about episode 10 of SukaSuka? Because honestly, it was like one of those episodes literally where most of the beginning part was like, most of the episode actually in general it wasn't so bad. Sure, there was, some dark parts here and there. Obviously the whole thing with Kotori and her pretty much looks like when that earthquake was happening. I'm not too sure if it has like any effect on what's going on, the connection between her and the girl inside of her, the red girl. Before, I used to think, obviously, and I know a lot of people think as well, that pretty much, that's her past self, because of course, obviously, they were made from young kids that died, and that's how fairies are made and everything. But the thing is, I'm not too sure if that's true for at least her, because we see Lydia, the girl that we saw in Willem's past, break through there for some reason and say that she's going to defeat her because like she's like some type of monster. So I'm not too sure what's going on there. If maybe she is a human, maybe not. Maybe this red haired girl, and that is pretty much what's it called, Kotori's past, was actually a monster or something. I'm not too sure, though it would make sense on the fact that maybe she was human. We learned the dark secret in this episode, the dark truth behind where did the beast come from, what happened to them, and why was humanity practically extinct when it happened? Why were there countries and islands and oceans, all these kind of things disappearing, and how did the beast, how did they come up so fast? Why were their numbers increased so fast? We find that out at the end of the episode, where obviously we see that the sword that he was tuning, that Willem was tuning, which was Knopf's sword, is actually called Kinslayer, and the only thing you can do with that is to kill one's kin. So the only thing that sword can kill is another human, which would mean, hello, yeah, the dark secret, the beasts are actually humans. I'm guessing some type of biological weapon. They unleashed it, it infected all the most of humanity, and pretty much that is how the beasts were created, and that's how practically the whole surface of the world became littered with them, because obviously humanity was there's a lot of humans on the planet, obviously, and if it goes by anything close to ours, which is like 7 billion humans, then yeah, there's a lot of beasts out there. But finding that out would make sense on the connection that maybe, I don't know, somehow that, what's it called, Kotori's past self was actually turned into a beast as well, yet still in human form, kind of something like that. I don't know, I'm just throwing out theories, just throwing out some things that may be a possibility. We still don't fully know all the specifics on that, as we only learned that secret at the very end. But it would make sense, considering why would that girl Lilia, however you say her name, why would that girl Lilia come in saying that she's going to kill, her past self, Kotori's past self? That doesn't really make sense if it was just a little girl. So there's some secret behind why maybe this is different, why normally maybe leprechauns and the fairies can't normally, come back from that, comatose thing, but with how Kotori is different, because her past self is actually like a beast and allowed it, kind of thing, something along those lines. I'm still not fully sure on the specifics, like I said before, but that would be a pretty interesting theory if that really is how it is, and that would make it seem like, will that sword that they found, the other dug weapon they found, will that really be able to help her, since it's not really the same thing? It's not necessarily, yes, it's something going on with her mind, but it's being controlled by like one of the beasts, kind of thing. If that is true, then I'm not too sure how they're going to do it, how they're going to end it, how they're going to stop this from happening, how they're going to save Kotori, which just makes the ending of this episode 10 times more sadder, because sure, it was a beautiful ending, besides the fact that obviously Willem found out that his whole race was pretty much, his race was the reason why Kotori and all these girls are in, this situation, and why humanity was pretty much gone is because humanity did this to themselves. They are the beast themselves, and that's why he felt super, like, learning a huge dark secret like that, huge dark truth like that, it's gonna be very, like, holy crap, draining on you. And then, the moment when he pretty much goes and hugs her, it was a really cute scene. It's, the specifics on how he got to that part, kind of dark, but it was really nice to see them hugging, then him proposing to her, saying all those kind of things to her. It was honestly like, oh, a marriage proposal, that's so beautiful. But then, oh yeah, well, her condition's not getting any better. It seems like there may be even more of a darker truth behind her past as well. And for a fact, there's only 2 more episodes left. So it honestly really scares me on how the rest of this will go. No one has died yet. No one has died yet, but I have a feeling something really bad is gonna happen. We saw at the very beginning of the first episode is where we see her hair fully red, and she's falling from the sky. He's with Ren. Something's happening there as well. The ship looks like it's destroyed, and something bad happened. So that may be something, probably not in the next episode, probably in the last episode, or maybe in the next episode, and then the last episode will be Willem somehow maybe saving her. I'm not too sure. I really do not know how this is gonna end. If it will end bad, if it will end good. That's why it kind of scares me, because like I said before, when I first watched this, when we all first started watching this, from the beginning, we saw that it was going to be like some sad type of ending, some sad type of shit going to happen somewhere along the way. And along those, throughout the season, we saw that something bad was going to happen. Someone may die. And we have not gotten that yet. Kotori almost died, it seemed, at one point, but they were able to save her. She was able to make a deal with her, beast self, or I'm not too sure, I'm not going to say that yet, but the red-haired girl. And, nothing bad. Well, it's, we're slowly seeing that deteriorate and get worse and worse, but no one has really been killed off yet. And that's something that we've been waiting for, and not waiting for, I don't want that to happen, but it's something that we've been anticipating would happen sooner or later, and it looks like it would be more on the later side. So I'm definitely scared to see how the next episodes will go on being, because Kotori may die. We're in for it for something bad, some feels train moment. We already saw something bad was going to happen at the beginning of the first episode, so that event may happen in the next 2 episodes. Just gotta wait and see for that. Other than that, it was pretty much just we got to see Kotori, pretty much everyone fall in love with her because of how great of a girl she is, cleaning, cooking, embroidering, like, stuff on their patches on their shirts. Like that one guy had a cat one, all those kind of stuff. And it's like, yeah, all of them going up to him, like, they're obviously jealous, and they're obviously saying to him, like, hey, you better not make her sad, or get, pretty much they're saying they're gonna beat him up, kind of thing. And he's just like, I can't believe this is happening. Like, I know already, And of course he questions himself, but then of course later on he does ask her to marry her, so it does make sense on everything that happens, and why he already knows he should take care of her. He already knows that she's like the best girl, kind of thing. So it was nice to see those kind of moments there. It was also pretty fun to see the very beginning. This anime definitely has something to do with massages. They love their massages, as he massages Nolf. Pretty much mostly just a tickle fest, it seems like. Rand gets mad, ends up getting massaged too, and it becomes pretty damn sexual, and Ren's full on like, you're having indecent thoughts, aren't you? And I'd be like, yeah, how can you not? How can you not, honestly? And of course Kotori over there getting all mad. But you definitely see that throughout this episode, Nolf, she's fine. She doesn't really care too much about who he is and everything. Ron definitely does care a little bit. She doesn't really trust him because he is a human, and because of that book she's been reading. I really wish she would just show him the book. He could probably read it, obviously, since it's in their language, his language, but she's hesitant to do it at first, for now. So it may be showing something later on in the episode. In the next episode, she'll probably show it to him, and then it'll have another big, darker secret or something along those lines. I'm not too sure. It could just be a fairy tale for all we know. but it probably has something to do with like some huge importance that only he can figure out because he's the last human. You know, he's the only one that can read it besides forget what his friend's name was, but he's not even human anymore anyway. So yeah, overall pretty good episode. Like I said, most of it was kind of showing the interactions between Noft, Ron, and Willem. Willem going to the surface, a little bit showing some flashbacks and seeing his old town and everything, seeing his friend as well. Kotori really putting it in for best girl for sure, showing off that she is, she can pretty much make all of the crew fall in love with her, and that's what happened. And then of course we find out the dark secret at the very end, the truth behind where the beast came from, and that is of course it's because they are all humans. Now, will there be a way to save everyone and save humanity, or will it be some just dark thing where he's just gonna have to save everyone else, sacrificing himself maybe? Not too sure, but definitely excited to see how these next 2 episodes will go. Excited and scared since we are, due for some feel strain moments. I know for a fact these next 2 episodes are going to be a complete feel strain, and it honestly scares me on how that will be. But yeah, that's all I gotta say, guys. Hope you enjoyed this Anime Kingdom review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything I missed and you want to talk about, comment below as well. And if you did enjoy it, leave a like. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe for more content. And as always, guys, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Anime watchers only, how did you feel about this episode? Source material readers, how did you feel about this episode? I want to hear your guys' thoughts, good, bad, whatever you guys thought about this. How how you think the next episodes will be. No spoilers, obviously, as usual. And yeah, that's all I gotta say, guys. So till next time, see ya.